Hello there, fellow collectors, and welcome back to another episode of Revenge of the Sixth. I wanted to do a Q&A for all of my friends out there, all of my good people out in the community. I've never really done a, like a live Q&A. I haven't really done a Q&A at all since I've kind of been, on YouTube in the YouTube world, in the collecting world. So I wanted to just kind of do something fun for the stream tonight and do a Q&A. Ask me anything. I have some questions already lined up. I got a list of them that I'm going to pull up on the screen, but you guys can feel free to shoot your questions my way. Be happy to answer any of them. But I know there's already a lot of you in here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Hopefully we'll start up some some good conversation and food for thought. But you guys know that I just love hanging out with you in the chat, and I love, half my stream, I feel like maybe even more than that, is just kind of going through and addressing the chat. So really, I kind of just wanted the show to be about you guys asking me questions and kind of just hanging out, chatting with you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the chat, because I see there's a lot of messages in here already. We have channel member Darth Tamaris in here saying howdy. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you in here. We got Punisher XS in the house saying, yo, what's up, dude? Thank you for being here tonight. We got the Jedi Knights Watch himself saying hello there. What is up, Graham? Thank you for stopping in and saying hello there. And we got Cage in the house as always saying hello there, everyone, using those emojis. Another channel member, and Graham is a channel member as well. We got How Ya Figure saying, hey everyone, slamming that strength emoji. Let's go. We got Christian Cooper in the house saying, what is good, Steve? What is good with you, bro? Thank you for being here. I got your question on Instagram. Some people sent me over some questions. I posted a poll on Instagram. Channel members sent me some questions through YouTube. So I got a bunch of good questions. Really some really thoughtful ones too from you guys that I was reading, and I was like, damn, I'm really gonna have to think about this one. But yeah. It's 7:45 Sneaker. Don't keep your fans waiting. I know I got a little bit of a late start because it's daylight savings time. So, with everything pushed, it feels earlier. So it's a little bit of a rowdy time getting my kids ready for bed tonight. So I apologize for being a couple minutes late. The time snuck up on me, no pun intended. So, but happy to be here, even though there's a little bit of a delay. We got AJ Agrusa, a new channel member in the house, saying hello, friends. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, man. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Primetime Reviews is in here saying, yo, what is up, dude? Thank you for being here. We got Collector Zone in the house. What is up, Marcos? Thank you so much for tuning into the show. If you guys haven't already, go check out Collector Zone, a place based out of Michigan. Got a bunch of good stuff. I'm sure everyone in the chat has pretty much heard of them at this point, but if you haven't, go take a look at Collector Zone. Brad Cormack, another channel member, is in the house saying hello, everyone, and using that hello there emoji. Hold on, I gotta adjust my TV because I can't see very well. There we go. Let's see. We got Brick Artemis in the chat saying, what's up, everyone? What is up, Brick? Good to see you, bro. Thank you for stopping in the show and tuning in tonight. We got They Call Me Queso Blanco saying howdy. What's up, Austin? Thank you for being here, bro. I got your question as well. It was a good one. I'll be pulling it up here shortly. Mark Attack says, hi, just wanted to say hi before I go to sleep. Enjoy the stream. Mark, if you're still in here, I'm just going to pull up your question right now. And he says, why do you resist the grail that is Lando? I have no answer for this question. Lando may be coming in 2026. Let's go. We'll see. But thank you for the question, Mark. I knew it was going to be something Lando related, but yeah, bro, go get some sleep. I know it's late over there, where you're at. So Jose is in the house. Jose G Hernandez, another channel member, saying hello, everyone. Hello there, bro. What is up? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we already got Brick asking the same thing. When you buying a Lando? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe 2026, maybe never. I don't know. Batman Collectibles in the house saying, let's do this. What's up, man? I got your question as well. I'll be pulling it up a little bit later. X-Man Supreme is in the house. What's up, bro? Saying hello. Good to see you as always in here, man. Always adding really good conversation into the chat. So yeah, good to see you in here, bro. I'm already laughing at the questions, from the Lando questions. How You Figure says, I got so many questions, a few multiple choice, short answer, and even a couple true and false. Please do not take me back to the craziness of going through grad school. That kind of just gave me, a little bit of a flashback there. Another channel member, the movie canon's in the house, and hello, fellow collectors. What is up, Gio? Thank you for tuning into the show, bro. Good to see you in here. In honor of Mike, aka Thrawn's office, slamming that grail emoji. I love it, dude. I love it. Jose says, wait, this channel isn't about sneakers. It is not. It is not. I thought about calling my channel members sneakerheads, but that would just then really confuse everybody. Really would confuse everybody. Christian says, is Steve buying any figures tonight? No, I am not buying any figures. I'm not buying any figures tonight. That probably won't happen unless I browse the Facebook groups and find a deal somehow late at night that's almost too good to be true. X-Man says, hello, ask me anything, but don't expect me to answer anything. That's right. You can ask away. Doesn't mean I'm going to answer it necessarily. Let's see. Darth Mars, here's one for the chat. Who wants to sell me a crosshair for less than $750? Yeah, dude, it is wild right now in the crosshair market. I cannot believe it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wayne Timothy's in the house saying, hello, everybody. What's up, Wayne? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Jose says he's already confused. X-Men says, Sneak, you should get one of those floating sneaker displays and put a Yoda in there. That would be cool. That'd be cool. I would like to add some more decor into my basement. It's kind of bare otherwise. Like, I would love to put up posters. It's kind of tough though, because like I don't love drilling stuff into the walls, and then it's like you get it set, and then like it's hard to come up with a vision for what you want. The cases are kind of easy, but a vision for like everything to look like in a whole, and you got a whole basement to put stuff in, it can be tough sometimes, but I'm trying to work through it and figure it out. Hey, just as I mean, we all browse and buy from time to time, so sometimes it's inevitable. Yes, it is. It is. Christian says, I'm fighting the urge to impulse buy a 73 Wolverine this week. Have a vacation next week to Galaxy's Edge. Dude, if you haven't been to Galaxy's Edge, you should fight that impulse, because I went in June for the first time, and yeah, that place is a money pit, man. That place is a money pit. Build a lightsaber. Build a lightsaber. That's all I'll say. And go on the rides and check out all the merch. There's a lot. I guess I have a lot more to say, but yeah, that place is awesome, man. Love Galaxy's Edge. I went to Disney World, Galaxy's Edge, so Orlando, but yes, it was very, very fun. Definitely recommend it to any Star Wars fan. Okay. I got some questions that I'm going to pull up. Jose says, still waiting for the invite for TCT, by the way. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to cough, but I know, bro, I've been slacking. I didn't really have time to get anything planned this week. Like I said, I kind of just did this stream really quick, but I'll get you on the show. All right. You'll be the next person. How about that? For sure. At some point in the very, very near future. Dang, you go every other month, dude. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I am very jealous. Currently making homemade burgers, dude. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Yeah, the lightsabers are awesome, dude. I built a couple when I was there. It was fun. Collection Obsession, another channel members in the house, says, I'm late, just getting home from work. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything. I'm just getting started. Just doing a live stream. Ask me anything. Give me all your questions. Give me all of your questions. Damn, live 2 hours away. Crazy. Yeah, Jose, I got you, bro. We'll link up. Another channel member just popped in, Daniel Brancato, saying, hello, everyone. He asked a great question that I'm going to pull up too before the show. But yeah, so that's it. Let's get into some of these. I will kind of bounce back and forth because I have some banners that I have to pull up on here for some of these questions. Tron's in the house. What's up, Tron? Thank you for being here. I'm going to get to this last one here. Am I getting the Inart Dune figure? I am getting the Inart Dune figure. Yep. Paul Atreides is coming home. Excited about it for sure. The rooted version. Yep. That'll be my, I guess now my third Inart figure. Well, I guess Joker 2-pack if you count that as one, but I guess it's 2 figures, but third will be the Batman. And then fourth will be, I guess if you want to do it that way, will be Paul Atreides. Oh no, Superman. I forgot I pre-ordered Superman. So never mind, I lied. Inart Superman, and then fifth will be Paul Atreides. Yeah, I like their stuff. I really like their stuff. I'm excited about it. I like their figures. Okay, there were some questions that I like I said, some channel members sent some questions, and I'm going to get to those ones first here on my YouTube channel. For the channel members, then I got some other ones. Like I said, you guys can throw me comments in the chat. I'm going to try to get through pretty much everything. Like I said, I like to make this about you guys, and yeah, just pretty much pull everything from the chat. And I just kind of want to hang out with you guys. You guys can ask away. Nice, dude. Congratulations, Tron. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. The movie can says, what's in our Superman? I forget. Are there multiple SKUs for that one? I just got, I can't remember for some reason right now. I thought there was just one SKU. I think it's the it's just a BVS Superman. Yeah, I think there's just one SKU for this one. I don't remember there being two. You threw me for a loop for a second. Oh yeah, Cavill. Yeah, okay. Which in our? I was like, what do you mean? I see. Yeah. So BVS. Yeah, Henry Cavill. Action in the box. Another channel member's in the house. And hello, Steve. Hello, collectors. What is up, Ricardo? Thank you so much for being here. Excuse me. Sorry, I talk all day for my job, pretty much, so my voice by the end of the day sometimes will get shot. So I apologize if my voice goes a little raspy as we go. And we got Thrawn's office in the house. Another channel member saying hello to the people. I was just about to pull up your question that you sent in. How you figure already did you justify in honor of you smashing that grail emoji? But I know you were in here smashing it. I was waiting for it, baby. Let's go. Yeah, Jose says they haven't put up Reeves. Yeah, I know they showed like the tease, right, of the prototype, but I'm gonna guess it's gonna eventually go up. Not one that that's not one I'm gonna get. That is not one that I'm going to end up getting. Okay, let me get to these questions here, and then I'll come back to the chat and I'll get to some of your guys' questions as well. This first one here is Thrawn's office. He says, hello, Mr. Sneaker. Have you ever used any pleather protectant or any other treatment for figures, including soaks to remove excess color dye? What's your philosophy on that? Thanks for taking my question. Yeah, this is a great question. So as far as pleather protectant goes, I have not used any type of pleather protectant. I know some people use like the pleather protectant wipes. I really haven't. Honestly, for me, more importantly, I think the biggest thing is making sure you're in a climate controlled room. So like whatever that is, heat or air conditioning, whatever the temperature should be climate controlled. And then the other thing is humidity. I would actually almost argue humidity is more of the issue. And leaving your figures out of direct sunlight. That's kind of a given because I'm in a basement, but no direct sunlight. Shouldn't be too hot or too cold. And then the humidity. I run a pretty much year round. In the winter, it usually doesn't run. Sometimes I'll just turn it off, but I leave my humidity like 40-45% humidity year round in my basement. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things is, yeah, to take care of figures. I think your climate matters a lot more than putting like a protectant on there. But I know a lot of people have good luck with protectant. I don't really feel the need to do that. I've had some figures in my collection I mean, also I've only been collecting it like a year and a half. So I've had some figures in my collection not too long and I haven't had any issues, but also I've bought some older figures that have like the pleather is just fine. You know, I bought a Death Star gunner that was new in box. And I took it out of the box. The pleather was just fine. It was sitting in the box for a while. And in my collection, it's been fine. Haven't had any issues. So that's kind of my stance on that. I don't feel the need to really use any pleather protectant. Now, as far as soaks to remove excess color dye, I do soak all of my Jedi robes. If they're going to be on the figure, I soak them all. I do like a couple, like I put a mild, just like lukewarm water, and I put the soap in last. So I put a drop of soap, like maybe a couple drops of soap in a small bowl, like a glass bowl. And then I mix it around with my finger so it doesn't bubble. So it's just in the water. It doesn't get real sudsy or bubble. And then I'll just put the robe in there and kind of move it around gently and let it soak for, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. And then I'll take it out and gently run it under warm water and like gently wring it out. And then I'll soak it again in just clean water. And then I'll gently wring it out again and just wash it under the sink. And then I'll hang it up on something with like you can let it air dry. I fan dry it. Like I put a fan on, like just a small fan on low and just let it air dry it. And it hasn't done any damage to the robes or anything, but I've had issues with stains from robes and stuff. So I always wash my Jedi robes. So you're welcome for taking your question. That is a great question, my friend. Great one. Great one. Thank you so much for that. I want to get to this one here. Collection Obsession says, how did you get into collecting Hot Toys and what was your first Hot Toys figure? So my actual first Hot Toys figure that I ever got was actually before I even started like collecting Hot Toys. So I started out Star Wars Black Series, and then ended up selling all those and getting into Hot Toys. But actually, when I was probably tail end of collecting Black Series, maybe like a year before I got into Hot Toys, this 1-to-1 Grogu right here, this is my actually very first Hot Toys piece that I got, because my son was born around the same time as the Mandalorian came out. So that connection with that character and just the story and my son is just like really important to me. So I ended up getting that when I knew it was announced, and I knew what Hot Toys was. I was just like, I'll never get this stuff. But that was when I was like, I really want a 1-to-1 Grogu. So I ended up getting it. That was my first Hot Toys piece. And then my first Hot Toys figure that I ever got was the Death Trooper Specialist. Love that figure. Love that figure. So I got into Hot Toys after like, I just got tired of Black Series, didn't really want to collect it anymore. And then sold it all and got into Hot Toys. So yeah, that was just burnt out. I wasn't really burnt out on Black Series. They were just, the line just like went stale, and they were just doing a lot of repacks, a lot of random paints. Like they weren't really, it was just, I didn't like the direction the line was headed. So that was why I ended up switching, and I'm very happy. I could never go back to what I was doing before. Yeah, that was it. Sorry, I want to make sure you guys could hear music, but that was it. Great question. That's a real question by Thrawn's Office. Yes. Okay. Darth Tamaris has a question that he put into the members only post that I had put up on my YouTube channel. Do you think secondary market prices are inflated by desperate collectors who don't care about the cost of said figures? Yeah, do you think the secondary market prices are inflated by desperate collectors who don't care about the cost of said figures? I think this kind of goes both ways. I think you have secondary market prices. Some are inflated, but some are also deflated, if you want to use that term. I do think that, in general, people who don't care about the figures and like, and some, I understand that there's times where you need to sell things. I get that. But I think at the same time, there's some people who are just selling things like at just, everybody, like I am one of the first people to tell you, I love getting a good deal on something, but it's really, I feel like messed up the market because people have just kind of randomly, sometimes you'll see these crazy posts like, why are these selling for that low? Well, eventually people pick up on that, and then people start selling them for that low. And then the market for some figures is just like obliterated because people are just selling them so low. It's just been crazy. So there's that side of the coin. I just feel like I want to be careful with that because I know there's people who need to sell stuff, but at the same time too, I feel like people sometimes are just too liberal with it, and they maybe don't make a good decision in the first place when they're buying something. So then they just turn around right away and sell it. You can think of some figures that came out recently for that happening. Jedi Luke is one, Mandalorian Jedi Luke, Ahsoka, and granted, I know a new one's coming out, but like, yeah, it's just crazy how much value some of these figures have lost. But as far as this, I think the secondary, I think it might kind of be a little bit the opposite, a little bit for like inflated. I think some people, like, there's always going to be scalpers. That's one thing. But I think right now, like, there's not really a lot of scalping going on. There's just these rare figures that will just pop up. Like Crosshair is the main one, like the main anomaly right now, where you're not seeing a lot of them go up on eBay, and the ones that are up are just erroneous prices, right? So yeah, this is kind of a tough one to answer. Hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, I could talk about the market of Hot Toys figures for a long time, because it's just one of the things I'm really fascinated with. And I do think, I want to say in general too, I think it helps as a collector, at least for me, to know the market, and just it helps you make a better, more informed decision. So thank you, Darth Tamaris, for that question. That's a good one. I'm going to bounce back to the chat here real quick. Yes, cough, Crosshair. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Let me see here. Yeah, KHS Sneaker also had a lot of Black Series. It was getting overwhelming too. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And like I said, there was stuff coming out that was like, I already had 2 variations of this figure, and then they're coming out with some random repaint of it. And I bought everything. Like I got every Black Series figure that would come out. So I was already, being a completionist is just not a great way to go. You can do it for some things, but like, yeah, then it just like got to be kind of like, well, some of the stuff I just felt like I had to buy it just to buy it. And then I'm like, well, I don't really like this stuff all that much. And then that was happening more and more frequently. Like, I'm like, it got to the point where I'm like, I'm not buying this. There were figures where I wasn't buying. And all the other stuff before, when I would get everything, I was always interested in it. And then a few months of just like stuff coming out, and I'm like, I just don't want to get this stuff. I'm not interested in it. So I stopped getting it. So yes, like a lot. I think I had over 500 Black Series figures. I had every release up until whenever that was, 2022, mid 2022 or whatever. Crazy. Yeah, a lot of us started with Marvel Legends and Black Series. Wow, Jose, save it for the collector tour, bro. Save it for the collector tour. Don't spoil it for the people. But yeah, you're saying you've been getting a lot of lowball offers on figures I have for sale. Yeah, this is like, yeah, this can get kind of crazy too, of like, there's a point of being respectful and being like just throwing out lowball offers. You know what I mean? I think there's sometimes where it's like, worst thing they can say is no, but sometimes it's just, you gotta, yeah, don't be an ass. Yeah, they call me Queso Blanco, says over 500. How do you sell them all? I sold the majority of my Black Series stuff on buy sell trade groups on Facebook, and Black Series ones, which are actually pretty good. I sold a lot of lots, a lot of different random lots. And then I sold the rest of it on eBay. So kind of like minority eBay, majority on buy sell trade on Facebook, which worked out pretty well, but it took me probably 6 months to sell them all. It was a pain. Oh my God. It was a pain, but it worked out well. It worked out well. I bought if you're going to sell stuff, I recommend you buy a label printer, and it prints out these 4x6 labels, stickers that you just stick right on a box, and you can buy and print your own labels, and it's just significantly better than taking it to a post office. Oh, the Jedi Knight's Watch asks, what's your collecting end game? Dude, this is such a hard question, man. I don't really have one, to be honest. I think more importantly, it's a little bit different with Hot Toys. I feel like I collected Black Series for a long time, and I like, what was that, 7 or 8 years or 9 years I collected Black Series. And for that, there was so much stuff coming out. Like you could just like, and I feel like my end game for that, I probably would have had a harder time like thinking about the end game for that, because I had so many figures, and then it's like, well, if they just keep coming out with them, when am I going to stop? That would have been, I feel like, a little bit different. Hot Toys is you're waiting a lot longer for stuff, so it takes longer to amass a higher amount of figures. Granted, like I sold a lot of Black Series, but then I came into a lot of figures right away, because I sold a lot of my Black Series and kind of just converted collections essentially. But this is my dog is whining. Yeah, this is a really good question. Hold on. Sorry, my dog is whining and I don't want him to continue. Yeah, so I don't really have an end game right now, to be honest. I think what eventually will happen is I'll run out of space, and then I'll have to make decisions on what I want to, what I want to potentially move on from or whatever. I think I'm just gonna have to curate at some point. I think that's inevitable for everybody. And I think too, eventually, like as new figures come out, different stuff releases, like I think 3-4 years down the line from now, things are probably going to be the types of figures that are coming out, the different characters and stuff like that. Like that's going to be different. So I think, yeah, I think it's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell, but I don't really have an end game. I'm just kind of enjoying the ride. Just trying to be smart and have fun with the hobby. And yeah, I don't really have an end game. I'm sure maybe at some point I'll just like, don't want to do it anymore. I don't know. And then my kids are going to grow up, and are they going to want to be involved in it? So I don't know. I really don't. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing right now. So I don't really 10 years from now, where am I going to be at? I don't know, but at this point also I'm not sure if I really care too much, because I'm just having so much fun with it right now that it's I don't really care to think about that, think about that at this point. So if that answers your question. It's kind of a cop out, because I'm saying like I don't really care to think about it, but at the same time I really don't. Like 10 years from now, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'd rather really enjoy it right now and have a lot of fun in the hobby. If I get into something else, then I do, but I really don't anticipate that I'm going to, at least in the next 5 years, next 10. It's just so hard to say, because a lot changed. Like I think about 10 years ago, so much changes. It's hard to say. Hard to say. That's a good question. Good food for thought on that one. Brad says, I'm currently getting ready to sell all my Black Series. I got burned out. Yeah, they started just making some really questionable calls with some of their releases, like random repaints that were just like, ugh, yeah, it's just not great. Xmas is not a ball the shit out of somebody on eBay. Gotta be ruthless. These savages out here. Yeah, eBay's a little bit of a different story. And also, if they don't want to have a low offer, they can put that on the listing. You know what I mean? But sometimes people will just randomly message you on Facebook like, oh, I'll give you whatever, X amount of dollars. And it's like, no, not going to do that, right? Thrawn's office says, I'm a completionist for Hot Toys Attack of the Clones. Clone Wars, and every clone they make most likely will complete Ahsoka, but haven't committed 100% to that yet. I will probably complete Ahsoka too. We'll see. We'll see. Big O in the background saying what's good. Yes, that's Big O. Big O was down here. Oh, now he's laying on a blanket. Yes, Big O. Grim says, how did you display all your Black Series DTOFs? Did you keep them in the box? Yeah, that's a good question. So I displayed anything carded. So I had stuff on card back and stuff that was in different boxes. Those were those I would keep in the DTOFs, or just like on floating shelves. I wouldn't really open them. Some stuff like that was more valuable that just stayed in box, and I liked how it looked in box. Some of the more like convention exclusive rare stuff, but a lot of carded stuff, rare stuff I kept in the DTOFs, and then all the other stuff I opened. So I opened and displayed everything. Actually, this whole back corner right here, all where these cases are, all along both walls where I have my cases, I had 2 layers of floating shelves, and then I had, Graham, you've seen it, but I had all those like black bookshelves underneath there along the wall, and I had figures displayed everywhere, covering the whole entire wall. Like I said, 2 rows on the ceiling, 2 rows on the walls, and then yeah, a 3rd row beneath that on the bookshelves. That's how I displayed them all. That's it. Do you want 10 Black Series or 1 Hot Toys figure? Yeah, I would much rather have 1 Hot Toys figure, for sure, 100%. Carbine Alloy LP is stopping in. What's up? He says, yo, you just popped up in my feed. Thought I would drop in and say hi. Yo, thank you so much for tuning in and stopping into the show. Always good to see new folks in here. If you got any questions, ask away, but really appreciate you stopping in and checking out the live stream. Always, like I said, always good to see new faces in here. So yeah, thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Yeah, Dana Brancato says, even with a small budget, space is a problem, even more so when you like different IPs. Yeah, space is a real killer. Space is a real killer, 100%. Jose says, yeah, sorry, I'll leave that for TCT. I'm just messing, man. I'm just messing. We got another channel member in the chat, Figurecraft, saying, hello, fellow evil empirers. Yes, what's up? I need a name for my channel members. Damn, I can't figure it out. I need one. Let's see here. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you. Figurecraft had a couple good questions here too. This was a good one he had put in my YouTube comments. If 2 Hot Toys would be put against each other, a cage match, in a cage match, what 2 Hot Toys would be an awesome, unforgettable match? This is really hard, but one of the ones that like I thought would be hilarious in an unforgettable cage match would be, like, I was thinking like something, the first one that came to my mind was BVS Batman. Like, that's what I thought of. And I feel like BVS Batman versus Peacemaker would be like an awesome cage match, and it's John Cena. So it's like, I feel like that would be a really cool, a really awesome, unforgettable cage match. Yeah. Peacemaker versus BVS Batman. There you go. That's funny. That's a funny one. Let's see here. There were some other channel member questions here that I want to get to. Action in the Box said, from the announcement to posing the figure in your collection, what part do you appreciate the most and what part is the worst one? The worst part is when you open a figure and it has a problem, which I've been having an issue with that as of late. And it is a complete buzzkill when you open up a figure and it has a problem. That's absolutely the worst part. And waiting a long time. I'm now starting to get to the point where I'm waiting for figures, and yeah, it really sucks having to wait so long. What part do I appreciate the most? I think finally getting it in hand and just opening it and the unboxing experience. I think that's probably the part that I like the most. Unboxing it, getting everything out, and then getting it displayed. You know, that would be the best part. It's a great question. That'd be the best part. Another channel member question. Brad Cormack had put in the YouTube comment post that I made. Does rooted hair require any special treatment with products or spray? I ordered my first rooted hair figure from InArt and should consider maintaining it properly. So you shouldn't have to do a lot of maintenance out of the box. It comes with product already in it. I personally haven't had to treat any, like, my rooted hair. My Wonder Woman hair is a little frizzy because I was messing with it. The way that I'm going to treat it is you can just use like a small, really soft, like, brush, like a soft toothbrush, I've heard. And then there's a product, I think it's called Water Wax, which is a water-based like wax that you can put in the hair. You don't need a lot of it, but you can use that to kind of take away the frizz and style the hair, and it's perfectly safe for the hair. It's designed for it. So you don't necessarily have to really until it's needed. That would be that's been my kind of experience. Like I said, I haven't really had to, but my Wonder Woman hair, I mess with it a lot, posing it, and like it got kind of frizzy, and when I twist like the end of it, it doesn't really, there's still some frizz. So I need to I need to mess with that, but that's it. It's not that difficult. It really is not. Deadpool versus John Wick in the cage match. Love it. Yeah, For Your Craft says nice. Mine is Stan Lee versus Deadpool. Yeah, thanks so much for the question, man. Kind of like a Bob Barker and Adam Sandler type of fight. Cage, I know he's normally invisible, but I saw a lot of John Cena on Reddit that I didn't need to see when I woke up this morning. I know, I saw that too. I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, that's funny. Jeffrey in the chat. Ooh, what's your definitive Obi-Wan figure? Jeffrey, thanks so much for tuning in, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is tough, man. This is tough. I don't really think I could pick one. I would probably say, like, I would probably need a prequel one and an OT one. I couldn't just pick one. I would say, man. I would say a definitive Obi-Wan figure would be probably Revenge of the Sith with some type of like Mustafar diorama, because, you know, he gets the high ground and he's the GOAT and he defeats Anakin. That would be one. And then I would have to think about what I would want to get from like in a new, like an OT, like a New Hope Obi-Wan. Honestly, I'm really happy with the current one. I just love that figure. I don't really think much really needs to be changed for it. I love the New Hope Obi-Wan figure, so I would have to probably go those two variations of the figure. I like the Revenge of the Sith one too, but yeah, it'd be nice if that one maybe got updated. I still think it's an excellent sculpt, and Yeah, this is a tough question. Just the real answer is they're all definitive. Give me all the Obi-Wans. It's really hard to, definitive is just not a word I use with Obi-Wan Kenobi. GOAT is an acronym I use for him because he's the GOAT. Yeah, good question. That's tough, man. That's tough. What's up, Riley? Riley Reviews in the house. If you guys haven't, go check out Riley. He does some great stuff on YouTube, and yes, go check out Riley Reviews, a fellow fan of the Batman. I know we were chatting a little bit about that. So excited to get this in our Batman in hand for sure. And Safel's in the house as well. What's up, Safel? Saying, yo, what is up, dude? Thank you so much for tuning in. And Riley says, are you getting or do you have the Hot Toys Toby Spider-Man? Dude, I'm trying to tread very lightly in Spider-Man. A couple Spider-Man figures I have. Really, I'm like the VGM line is the one that I'm really interested in. So I have like Advanced Suit 2.0. That's my favorite of all the Spider-Man figures I have. Yeah, Advanced Suit 2.0 Peter. Have the upgraded suit Miles. I have the comic Spidey, the exclusive one that just came out, like the classic suit comic one. And then I also have the VGM classic suit as well that I got for a really good deal. So I ended up picking that up recently. And then I have the only No Way Home figure that I have is upgraded suit Goblin, which I really like. I actually opened it and it had some damage, had to get a replacement. So I just got it. I haven't really been messing with it too much. I got it out of the box, but that figure's dope. I am trying, I might pick up Toby down the line, but we'll see. I'm really trying to fight hard against that line because I can't get everything. So yes. Am I getting it potentially down the road? We'll see. I would love to get the yeah, like the Sandman base. Yeah. Tough, man. Tough. But thank you for being here, Riley, and great question. Okay. I think we got some more questions in here. Let's see here. Oh man, you guys got some good questions. This is an easy one. Christian Cooper says, do you think they will make a Padawan Obi-Wan? Absolutely. Padawan Obi-Wan is coming with this Revenge of the Sith, with this Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. 100%. Padawan Obi-Wan is coming. It has to come out. Batman Collectibles had a question as well that he sent in. Are you going to do a big The Batman and Batmobile review? The people need to see it. Yes, I would love to. I'm going to, when I do my review of like the Jazzing Batmobile, I'm going to put the Batman in with it as well and probably just do one big review. I'm still waiting on my Batman. It got delayed again, so I'm still just waiting for that figure to come in. Hopefully soon. I really don't know. Really don't know when that's happening. So yeah, but I'm going to do it at some point. The people need to see it. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Yeah. It's going to happen at some point. Stacy, aka Jedi 291's in the house. Hey guys, just got in. Hope everyone is having a good Monday. Thank you so much, Stacy, for being here. Hope you are having a great Monday as well. A little bit of an adjustment with the time change here, but feeling pretty good actually. It's weird. I took a nap yesterday when I was like, oh no, this is not good. I'm taking it. I do not nap, but took a nap. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be rough today. But I actually had a pretty decent day energy wise. So yeah, it's my tangent about a Monday. Jose says, what's a figure you got really excited for the announcement and then you check the socials and everyone was negative on it? Dude, the one that immediately comes to my mind is the Marshall Cobb Vanth, baby. Great figure. That's all I gotta say about that baby. The Marshall of Mos Pelgo, aka Freetown. Yep, man. So many haters. Figurecraft says mine says shipping processing. Let's hope it's for real this time. Yeah, it's crazy because so I got mine from Underground Figures and the Batman and the Bat Signal Hot Toys set, and Sideshow told Underground Figures that they were shipping them and then didn't ship them. So I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. Like he got the notification that they were shipping and they didn't ship and then they got delayed apparently. So it's really, really weird. Yeah. Crazy. Let's see here. Safel says, didn't know you're a fan of the Batman sneaker. Are there any characters that you're waiting to see be done? I'm waiting on Catwoman and the Penguin personally. By Inner. I would love to see those two. It would have been really nice to get a Hot Toys Riddler, but I actually just got from the movie. I just got, so 1/6 Kit put up a post, and I didn't know, but like 6 Feet Lane they did a reissue of their Conundrum Man, aka the Riddler, and Kit had like a few left invoices like that people either didn't pick up or what have you. So I actually picked one up. It should be here probably actually like later this week, I would imagine. It shipped over the, like, I think on whatever day that was, Friday or Saturday. So I think it's shipped. It's on its way. So hopefully I'll have that by like the end of the week. But yeah, so I picked up the Conundrum Man Riddler. I was gonna get the Yan Toys one, and I was like, I don't know. And then the Conundrum Man one was the one I really wanted. It was going for a crazy price, so I was just waiting. And I got really lucky. Kit had more. I was looking at Facebook at the right time, and yeah, picked up that version of the figure. I'm stoked. I wasn't even really gonna get a Riddler, but it was like $145 out the door or something like that with a $10 off coupon. I had some rewards points. So yes. I would love to see a Catwoman and Penguin though. Hopefully with this Penguin spin-off show coming too, that would be a great time for them to drop some more figures. But yeah, Safel, great question, man. Thank you for that one for sure. Let's see here. I'm sorry if I'm missing ones. I'm bouncing around in the chat a little bit here. Let's see here. Stacy says, not sure if this was asked yet, but how long have you been a 1/6 collector? As you look like you have a large collection. I've been collecting about 1.5 years now. Yeah, but like I was saying a little bit earlier, I started with Star Wars Black Series. I collected that for 8 or 9 years. I had a pretty huge collection, like over 500 figures, and then I sold them all and got into Hot Toys. So I sold them all and took the majority of what I made and just got into Hot Toys relatively quickly. Went backwards a lot, and also I got in a time when it was just like ripe for the taking, just insane deals. It just was crazy. So I got it was a buyer's market when I got in, which was nice. But yeah, 1.5 years. Let's see here. Yeah, Brad says I'm still waiting for the Batman from Ray 2, and I think he still has more that are available. But yes. Darth Tamar says, Sneaker, do you have Padme through Underground? I messaged him and he said he could get me one invoice when it came in. Do you know more about that process? Yeah, so I can kind of plug them right now. I will just get the plug they usually do for Underground figures. So if you guys haven't heard of them, Underground Figures, they're based out of Rhode Island. It's a company that I'm partnered with. Their prices are 5% below MSRP of what Sideshow charges, and usually you don't have to pay tax. Your shipping is double box shipping free of charge, which is always really nice. It comes in the shipper. No matter what it is, it still gets a double box. It's really awesome. They do no NRD pre-orders. So this would be a case of like a no NRD pre-order, I'm guessing that Darth Tamaris is referencing. So basically if you're interested, if you message him, and if you message him, you can always message him and let him know I sent you. He'll take good care of you. Just say, hey, Steve, EvilSneaker sent me, even if you have a question. But if you want a figure, you make an account on the website. And then if you want to order something, you can really pay however you want. You can do like no NRD, and this is what will happen. You say, hey, I'd like to order this figure, and he'll send you an email, return email confirming it and saying we will invoice you when it's ready to ship. So yeah, basically what happens, you message him and he said he could get you one. So if you want one, you can say yes, and then he'll just say your order's confirmed. He puts you on the list, and then once they come in, when he gets his shipment to his warehouse, he will then he usually ships it when he has it in the warehouse, usually like really quick, the same day or maybe the next day. But you will get an invoice, and you can pay it however you want. You can pay it through PayPal. I think you can use credit card or Apple Pay or what have you, but usually I just pay through PayPal. So that's exactly how it is. He'll just, he's really good. Like if you're looking for a figure or something, or if it's on their website, like I said, make an account, email him and say, like what I did, Balin and Shin, I said, hey, I want to put a pre-order down for both Balin and Shin. He emails back, says your pre-order's confirmed. And he lists the items. Then he says you'll be invoiced when it ships. So there you go. That's really it. I did order my Padme through Underground, so I'm waiting on Padme to ship. What he's going to do is get him in, send me an invoice or an email with the invoice. a lot of times too, he'll give a heads up like, hey, we got notification that Pab May is coming in within the next 7 or 10 days. So expect an invoice. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that explains it. You can always reach out to me if you have any other questions. Funky Cold Sand is in the house. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for being here. What is the second hot toy you ever bought? Yeah, so earlier I was talking about I got the 1-to-1 Hot Toys Grogu as my very first one ever. But then when I started, I knew about Hot Toys, but was never into them. The next one that I got was the Death Trooper Specialist as like my first 1/6 scale figure. What did I get after the... I bought a few after that. I think the second one that I bought after Death Trooper Specialist, I think it was Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I got second. And then like I bought a few figures at a time. Like I got a Sand Trooper in, I got a Commander Cody because I was doing bundle deals. So like the first month I was bundle dealing everything. People were selling things for like pretty decent prices. And then I would say, hey, I want to buy all 3 of these. Like what price can you give me on all 3? And I bought a lot in bundles to save a really good amount of money because people would then give you a really good price. They only have to ship once, saves them a bunch of time. So I recommend buying in bundles if you can. I know that's a challenge, but like I said, when I came into the hobby, it was like you could get stuff for like just really good deals. So yeah. Tron says, will Hot Toys ever make an Iron Man? I saw somebody post a funny joke about like them making like an Oscars version of Robert Downey Jr. Like they're gonna do a Robert Downey Jr. Oscars figure. I thought that was funny because they posted that like congratulations on their like on their socials. I thought that was funny. Yeah, that was good. Wayne says, never understood the hate for Cobb Vanth myself. I think he looks fantastic. My man, thank you. Thank you, man. That's what I'm saying. Let's see here. I think I pretty much got the majority of the questions in the upper part of the chat. Jose says, is there a market for loose Black Series figures? Because I have a bunch. Dude, I'm out of that game, bro. I knew the market, like, dude, I was just, yeah, very heavily invested. I don't know anything much about the market anymore. I really couldn't even tell you, but I'm sure there's a loose market for, they're going to be, if they're loose, they're going to sell for less, but go on the Black Series buy, sell, trade groups, Facebook groups. I'm sure you could sell them. Darth Mar says, I let him know you sent me, by the way. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. AJ says, I put in an order for him today. Super fast response times on emails. Yeah, he gets back to you really quick. He'll answer any questions that you have. He's awesome. Very awesome. Let's see here. Stacy says, does Underground ship to Canada? This is a great question. I don't know the answer to this if he ships international, but I will find out for the next stream. Or Stacy, you can always, if you have an Instagram, you can my Instagram link should be in the description. It's at EvilSneaker with 2 R's. But send me a message on Instagram and I can look into it for you and find out. I do not know if he ships international or not. Something I should find out because I know I got some international viewers. I know a lot of people avoid that because of customs and whatnot, but I know Canada is a little bit different. So I will find that out for you. Brad got Padme from Ray as well. Yeah, hopefully she. I know people have gotten her from Sideshow already, so hopefully he will be getting his shipment soon. I don't mind waiting a little bit. I'm totally fine with it. I'd rather order from him and wait. I've had a couple issues with some figures that came in and he sorted it and fixed it. No problem. He's got a really good Sideshow rep. So just buy with confidence for sure. Nice. Yes. It's crazy thinking about the second Hot Toys figure I bought. Yeah, Cage says there's you can sell Black Series on like in lots. If you want to sell them quick, you'll lose a little bit of money, but you'll sell them relatively quickly because there's always like comic shops and stuff out there looking to buy stuff as well, I think. So that's a really good option. Okay. You guys can keep shooting me messages or questions in the chat. There's a couple more I want to get to here that were sent to me before the show. How Ya Figure says, what is your favorite Star Wars show or movie to collect for? Can only pick one. This is really a hard question. I would probably say it's really hard to beat like my original trilogy, like my A New Hope shelf, like both Stormtroopers in Disguise, Princess Leia, Sand Trooper, Jawa and Gonk. I put the Tusken Raider from Mandalorian on there. Han and Chewie, Farm Boy Luke. And then you got the Tarkin Invader 2-pack, like that line is a little bit dated, but it's really hard to beat OT. And then they're gonna have Sand Trooper and Dewback. Yeah, that like original trilogy, A New Hope shelf is really hard to beat. But another one that's like one of my favorites to collect is the Rogue One. I love another kind of a little bit dated at this point, but I love the troopers. Krennic is so good, so underrated. I love the Jedi Patrol troopers. K2 is my favorite droid in all of Star Wars. He's an awesome figure. Chirrut is my favorite character in that movie. So like, dude, Star Wars, man, it's so hard to pick only one. This is unfair. This is unfair. Yeah. I can't only pick one. These questions are hard. When I was reading these before the show, I was like, geez, these are hard. Yeah, very difficult. Let's see here. Figurecraft says, what is ultimately the best accessory you've gotten from a figure? I would probably sit, like, do vehicles count? I guess one thing I would say is like, I'd probably say the throne with Boba Fett, if that counts as an accessory. That thing is dope. I don't know how people are just like, yeah, kind of like avoiding that one, but yeah, the throne is really dope. There you go. Let's see. I think I got pretty much all the channel member for the most part. I want to save some for future shows. There were some people who put some repeat ones, so I appreciate that, but I'll probably save them for some future shows because I want to start doing Q&A segments as part of my shows as well. Let's see. Oh, you can pick more than one. It's okay. I love all the Star Wars stuff that I have. It's really, really hard to choose. Really, really hard to choose. Tron says, do you think Hot Toys will release 2.0 figures with real leather instead of pleather? As of right now, it seems like this is on a case-by-case basis. This is so weird, man, because you look at the Bad Batch figures, Crosshair has like leather, like a leather holster strap and stuff like that. It's so weird that they just chose one figure they do leather on and the other ones they don't. Like the Indiana Jones figure that's coming out, leather accessories. It's just really weird. I don't know if they'll ever go to doing full-on leather with everything because pleather is such a more cost-effective thing. So I don't think they'll just do real leather for everything. I don't know if I don't know if we'll ever see that based on how they do things right now. They don't really have a reason to change. You know what I mean? It's really tough. I wish they would, but also not all leather, not all real leather is created equal either. Like there's really just bad pleather and there's also like really cheap leather you can get that's not going to be good quality as well. So they got to use just good materials. Figurecraft is saying he does. I was not aware of that. Yeah, if you look at the description of Crosshair, his strap, his strap accessories, I forget, it's like his little thing right here, and then the straps and the holster straps, and I think his belt is leather as well. Yep. So random they did real leather with Crosshair. Jose says, if you could break in Hot Toys headquarters and steal one prototype, one that never released, from Howard's office, which one would it be? One prototype that never released, I would take, and if it was never going to be released, I would take the N1 Starfighter. That would be the one I would take 100%. I was trying to think of what prototypes have been shown. The ones that would be up there are that, and then also like the Jedi Starfighter would be cool to have, but not a must-have for me. But yeah, I would take the N1 Starfighter, that giant one. That's the one I would steal. Figurecraft says, I'll just look at him in person. Yeah, there you go. Go check it out. See what you think. Let's see here. X-Men shit. I just realized I'm gonna have more figures from the Ahsoka series than from any other show or movie, and my starting goal was to collect primarily Marvel and very little Star Wars. Well, like my first 6 months of collecting, I was like, I'm strictly sticking to Star Wars. I'd rather have Star Wars stuff. And then like I like everything. Star Wars is my main. It's always going to be, but I kind of put like, just like I want to pick these figures as higher priority, and then I'm gonna go like that'll allow me to get, you know, more into some other IPs. I'm really glad I did that because there's a lot of other stuff I really like that I enjoy as well. So Star Wars will always be my main, but as you guys know, I've been dabbling into Marvel and some DC stuff as well. So kind of collect everything, and then video game stuff is like a soft spot for me as well. I just didn't want you to name them all and have to narrow it down. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Let's see. Leather doesn't have to be expensive, though. You can get low-grade leather relatively cheap. Yes, but if you get low-grade leather, is it going to last? You know what I mean? Because also leather, sometimes you have to do things to maintain leather as well. Like it cracks and dries out. And like, you always hear people like, oh, I don't want to get rooted hair because I don't want to have to do any type of maintenance work for it. Or like people don't love doing things to maintain their figures. So like everybody asked for leather, but then like what would happen is leather would peel and crack on people's figures, and they'd be like, well, why'd this happen? And it's because they didn't really do anything about it. So it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you can't win with some of that stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't want them to use like really cheap leather, something that's going to last, but I don't really know what that is. You know what I mean? What type of leather that necessarily is. But it would be nice to have the options. Yeah, Brad says we need leather options. Collection obsession. Yeah, good question. Are you getting the battle damage Vader from Obi-Wan show? Absolutely, I am. Waiting on it to arrive. And which Vader is your favorite if you could only have one Vader? Yeah, that's the one that I want. If I could only have one in my collection, it would be that one. The clean look is my favorite look for Vader. That style of his outfit. It's like the Rogue One Vader, which is just the best look. It's like an updated version of the Rogue One, essentially, is this Hot Toys figure. But yeah, that's the battle damage Vader is the only one. If I could pick one to have in my collection, battle damage that version. So having like the clean look and the battle damage look from the Kenobi show, which is, like I said, it's essentially Rogue One Vader, which in my opinion is the best looking one. Yes. Tron says was going to stick to Star Wars only, but those colorful Marvel figures made me cave. Yeah, me too. Me too. Love it. Figure y'all don't get a leather couch if you have kids. Not a good idea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Dewback and Sand Trooper are easily my most anticipated pre-order for 2024. Yeah, that's when I pre-ordered as well. Yes, Christian, I'm sorry. Now that you're saying this, what pre-orders do you have? I apologize. I know you mentioned, now that I'm reading it, I think you mentioned it earlier. Let me pull up my list here. Pre-orders that I have. So I have a pretty decent amount of pre-orders right now, actually close to 20. I have both the Obi-Wans. I'm going to read off my list. So both the Obi-Wan Kenobis. So Obi-Wan from the show, and which is hopefully imminent. Like he's January to March, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's changed, but he's got to be dropping potentially, hopefully this week, honestly. But we'll see. And then Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. So both of those. Attack of the Clones Anakin. Tech, who I cannot wait to get to round out the Bad Batch. Super excited about that one. Tech. And then I have the Artisan Joker. I'm undecided if I'm going to end up keeping this one, though, because I have the in-art one. I might compare them both and see what one I like more, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I like the in-art one, the sculpt on the in-art one better, but the Hot Toys one looks really, really good too, from the photos I've seen. So, and then I got Artisan Anakin. Black suit Peter Parker from Spider-Man 2. In-art Superman from BVS. And then hold on one second. In-art Superman. And then I have Sabine, Chopper, Thrawn, Ahsoka, Hera. So pretty much all the main characters right now in Ahsoka. And then I have Venom from Spider-Man 2. I have the Artisan Scarlet Witch from Endgame. Sand Trooper Dewback. And then in-art Batman. That's my list right now. There's a couple other pre-orders that I have in but they're not. That's just 2024. There's a couple other ones like Balin and Shin are 2025. So those are out a ways, but yeah, that's my list right now. A lot of stuff. I would imagine some of this stuff is gonna end up getting pushed. Yep, Shin and Balin, yes. D-Lo Collectors in the house. What's up, D-Lo? Saying I'm here, I made it. What did I miss? Just people asking me a bunch of questions and me providing a bunch of answers. So there you go. Welcome in, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, there's a tiny spider right now in my basement. Let him live free. That's sick though. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you. Yes. Quite the list right now, but I'm excited about all the stuff coming out. It's gonna be a great, exciting year. I'm capped right now for pre-orders. I don't want to pre-order anything else. Oh, and I pre-ordered Mace Windu. I pre-ordered Mace Windu actually like a few days ago. I wanted to make sure I definitely like got him day one, especially like from Underground, and he was gone from Underground site. Somebody must have canceled, so I ended up pre-ordering one. So yes, add him to the list, but he should be coming out relatively soon as well. Deal says, first question, how did you become so cool? Were you born this way? I don't think I was, I don't know if I was born cool or not. I think I became cool over time. I ascended throughout the coolness ranks. But thank you for saying I'm cool. Appreciate that. Stacy says, if you could meet one Star Wars actor in person, who would it be? For me, it would be Ewan McGregor. I have to think about this for a second. I need to think about this for a second. It's so hard to pick only one. It might actually be one actor. It might actually be like someone, if I could actually like meet them and maybe like sit down and talk to them, would maybe potentially be Mark Hamill. Just with everything that has culminated in Star Wars, probably Mark Hamill. He would be like, yeah, probably the one. I would love to meet Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, and there's so many people I could rifle off, people I'd want to meet, but like Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, there's so much I'd want to pick his brain about. So yeah, it's one capable of learning these powers. Cool, that's a question I can't answer. How you figure this? That's a great question, D-Lo. Oh, that's funny. X-Men Scream says, here's one. Do you have any gotcha moments with Hot Toys? Like for me, I waited on Bad Batch till they were all announced, then Crosshair was gone, then jumped on Guardians 3. I do have a gotcha moment. The one time they got me was when the Clone Trooper came out. The figure, I could have picked him up, but just like the standard like Clone Trooper for Attack of the Clones Anniversary, the one that they somehow randomly as a Clone Trooper, which everybody wants, it's an army builder, it goes weightless and it like sells out really quick, and it still fetches like a decent price right now. That was the one that I passed on, like, oh no, I'll wait to get like this because it's a trooper, all the troopers are sitting, and they got me. Yep. Bad Batch almost got me. I saw Crosshair start to sell out, and I ordered it from somewhere, and the company ended up, they actually like had a rep that was supposed to place their order, and they sent out a mass email saying, hey, our rep didn't actually place the order for Crosshair, so we have to cancel everyone's order. I was not happy. But thankfully there was somebody in the community, Andreas, shout out to you, bro, who hooked me up with he didn't want his Crosshair from Sideshow, so he gave me his I just paid him and he shipped it from Sideshow right to my house. He gave me his weightless conversion. So yeah. Jose says Mark Hamill would be dope. Yeah, I wanted to meet Carrie Fisher. That would have been awesome. My number one would be Natalie Portman. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd just be so cool. There's so many people I can name. It'd be really cool to meet pretty much everyone. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see. Anyone excited for new properties? Tron 3 is happening, so hopefully Hot Toys revisits Tron. I own the cycle from years ago and it was awesome. Yeah, I know that cycle still fetches like a pretty penny, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other new properties Hot Toys might do, but I'm intrigued by what's upcoming with their Star Wars stuff, like Dark Side and what they're going to do with that. Obviously Phantom Menace. Like, I'm really excited for what they got in the pipeline for Star Wars right now. There's just so much coming out, and what more they're going to do with the Ahsoka line. Yeah. Well, should we wrap it up? Is that it? I think I pretty much got to all the questions. Daniel Brancato had one. This is a good question, thoughtful question, actually, that he said, has collecting brought you bad moments? I read this and I just like paused and I'm like, what? I'm trying to think if it's ever brought me bad moments. I don't think so, to be honest. I think the only bad time was when I had to sell all my Black Series stuff. And then I guess I don't know if necessarily reevaluating to that scale is bad, but it wasn't fun. Like, coming to the realization. I remember when I came to the realization, like, I remember I was like just sitting there and once the thought crossed my mind, like, oh, I might sell, but like, I'm considering selling my Black Series stuff. I was like, it's happening. Like, the thought has now crossed my mind. Like, this isn't just gonna be a fleeting thought. Like, this is, if I'm thinking that, like, it's probably gonna happen. I remember telling my wife, I think I'm gonna sell my Black Series collection. She was like, what? And sure enough, like, I started selling it. Like, I think like the week later, I started inventorying all my stuff and started putting stuff up for sales relatively quickly. But selling all that stuff was definitely, I don't know if I'd call it bad, but it wasn't fun. But I don't know. I feel like I can't think of anything really necessarily bad. Yeah. Also, can you guys please hit that like button? That would be awesome. That would be much, much appreciated if you haven't already. That would be bad if you didn't. But yeah, I feel like collecting has brought way more good moments. You know what I mean? Just way, way more good stuff. And I just have met so many friends now that I have through collecting Hot Toys. Like, I never got into YouTube or anything with Black Series, but going onto YouTube for Hot Toys, like, I just made so many good friends at this point. Like, people I talk to on a daily basis, a bunch of people I could give a bunch of shout outs, but just a lot of good friends. And it's really nice. finding like-minded people who enjoy the same hobby and just sharing that passion for stuff, and finding out that all those people are just nerds and really cool people too. So there you go, Deal. That answers your question. Is one capable of learning these powers? You just have it. You have it already, bro. It's inside of you. Tron says you made the right decision moving to Hot Toys. Yeah, I agree. I would never look back. Jose, I think you asked this question before and I missed it too. Do you have, or are you getting any CCFLs? I've avoided going down CCFL rabbit hole for a while. I considered doing like the fusion reactors, but CCFLs look so good, and I'm getting my first CCFL for the battle damage Vader, actually. It's the first one I'm gonna have. I don't know if I'm gonna get more. I'm sure I'm gonna want more, but yep, that's the first one I'm gonna have. There you go. X-Man says, oh man, I remember when I sold just about all my collectibles back in 2015. I was moving a lot and got tired of moving it all around. A lot of stuff was in storage and getting forgotten. Yeah, it sucks, man. I'm not looking forward to the time and the effort towards selling all my Black Series. Like I said, one of the best things you can do is get a label printer. Brad, if you're really interested in actually doing that, like I said, like here. So like you print them out, it's a little scanner and it's like, and it just goes like really quick. It prints out your label, but like it comes on this. So like this is one I actually just had an extra one of, but so like you just peel this off and then this is like your label. You just stick it right on the box. It's amazing. So like when you get stuff, I use this, like I do my labels through PayPal ship station. It's basically just like using Pirate Ship or whatever. They're all the same. If you buy your labels through eBay, it's the same price as Ship Station or whatever. But when someone pays you on PayPal, you can just print it right. Like it says like print label. It has their address already on there. You just plug in the box dimensions and you print it. There you go. So buy a label maker or a label printer. It's a great investment. And if you sell stuff otherwise, I use mine at least like maybe a couple times a month to print stuff. How you figures this question for Steve, aka EvilSneaker. What droids troopers would you like to see announced that haven't been yet, and why? I would love to see Hu Yang announced. It would be really cool to get like an assassin droid. It would be cool to get the droid from the bar in Mos Eisley Cantina. Other troopers, I'm trying to think. Those are kind of the droids. And then who's the droid in the Andor show? Is it like B? He would be a cool droid. Troopers. The troopers that I really want are like the Republic Commando troopers. Those are the ones I really want. Republic Commando troopers are super dope. Would love to see those guys in that style of armor. They're very unique and they look badass. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Would I like to see a droideka? Be a huge space taker-upper, but that would be cool. Hu Yang, baby, let's go. Did I lose any money on my Black Series? Some figures, yes. A lot of figures, no. It was a great time to sell because a lot of stuff was still really hot, man. I sold some exclusive stuff for a lot, but I also lost out on a lot of random things that just didn't hold value. You know, I made money overall. But yeah, lost money on some figures too. You know, it's the name of the game. It's how it goes. All the exclusive stuff that I had, balanced it out. Stacy, great question. How did you come up with your name, EvilSneaker? Yeah, so actually the name EvilSneaker I've had since I was like probably since Xbox Live. So I had this name since I was probably like 10 years old. It was actually my gamer tag, and I kept it. And really, it was like, oh, like I'm evil and I'm like sneaking around, taking people out, like I'm being sneaky. That was really it. That's it. It's nothing fancy. But now like I just kept it, and now like I don't know. It's kind of a, you'll remember the name, and now like everybody just calls me Sneaker, and people just know the name now. So it's yeah. It's not, I don't feel like it's like the greatest YouTube name in the world, but I feel like that's what everybody knows me as now. So there you go. Even friends call me Sneak or Sneaker or whatever, what have you. Christian Steve shot by the 73 Wolverine. Dude, it's hard. It's up to you, bro. I don't know. This man goes to Galaxy's Edge every couple months. I don't know if he necessarily needs to save the money. If you know, going every couple months, I would maybe, if you really want it, buy it, bro. They call me Queso Blanco says, what are we getting for next year's Revenge of the Sith anniversary? If it doesn't happen for the anniversary, it's going to happen at some point, but we're going to get another Dark Side Anakin. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It would also, like, I wouldn't put it past them to do a 2.0 Obi-Wan. I think we could get a Palpatine. Trying to think what else would they do for Revenge of the Sith? It would be really nice for them to just do some more Jedi. You know what I mean? And like, I know it's not specific necessarily to that movie, but like, give us some more like Jedi Council people. Give us like Kit Fisto, Plo Koon. Like, give us some other Jedi. You know what I mean? It would be really cool even to get like Ayla Secura. It'd be cool to get Asajj Ventress. I know she's not in that movie, but yeah, that's what I'll say. Be interesting. That one would be very interesting. Sneaking around during Order 66. Exactly. Ayla Secura would be dope. Austin, you had another question too. Yeah, you had another question you sent in before the show. What is something you want to accomplish in your lifetime, collecting and non-collecting related? At some point, collecting, I would like to get a life-size something. A life-size collectible at some point. I don't know if that's necessarily an accomplishment. What do I want to accomplish in my lifetime, non-collecting related? Honestly, what I want to accomplish is I want to be a good family man and be a good husband to my wife and a good father to my kids, and hope that throughout their lifetimes, like, we always maintain a relationship. I want my relationship to be strong with my family till the end of time. That's what I want to accomplish for my life. You know, you see a lot of people separate, and a lot of split ups, and a lot of, you know, people sharing, you know, having to like, you know, battle over their kids sometimes. I don't ever want that to happen. I just want to be a strong family unit and always have that connection with my family. That's what I want to, that will fulfill my life. There you go. That's what I'll say. That's more important than anything collecting related. So yeah, that to me would be I don't know if I necessarily would call that an accomplishment, but that's what I want to that's what I would care more about than anything, I think. So there you go. Hell yeah, brother. Yes, sir. X-Man Supreme says you have a life-size Vader helmet in the corner there. I do. It's actually a Black Series helmet. Black Series helmet right there. Right there. Airborne Trooper out of the graveyard. I'm hoping that would be cool, man. That would be cool. I hope they do some other I hope they do some other stuff. That'd be cool. Oh my gosh. 15 minutes from Disneyland. Crazy, bro. I'd be going all the time. Jose, if you are Paul and if you're Paul and Dune, Johnny or the princess, if I had to pick one, I mean, I think it's obviously Chani, because that's who he You know, that's like he said he'd love her as long as well, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into spoilers of the movie. I shouldn't say, but I would say Chani. You already know he picked her over. Well, I don't want to get into spoilers for the movie, but go see Dune 2 if you guys haven't. Gosh, you can't be getting into spoilers this soon. We need Star Killer. I agree, bro. That'd be dope. Call my Queso Blanco says, I want to make an album by myself. My bucket list accomplishment. Dude, that would be awesome. Like, you're talking about writing songs and like making your own music as well. That'd be dope. We need Wong. Oh, that's funny. I think I got all the questions, unless you guys have any more. Probably gonna call it here in a couple minutes, because I need to try to get some sleep. Just catch up on this daylight savings debacle. I think I pretty much got everyone's main questions. Yes. Oh, well, it's just a this or that. No need for spoilers. My bad. It's tough because I'm elaborating on everything. Oh, that's good. Yeah, dude, that's dope. That's dope, Austin. You should do it, bro. Justice. Hashtag justice for Wong. Collection of Session says, if you had to sell all of your hot toys, which would be the last one to go? Maybe, I don't know. It's so hard to pick just last one. Potentially a New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi. I just love that figure. Freaking love that figure, man. Love it. He's right here. Right there. Right in the center of the New Hope shelf. I need my hour back. Daylight savings kicked my butt this time. Yeah, it's weird. It is nice with it being lighter out later in the day, though. I do appreciate that. Stacy says, see you guys Wednesday. Yes, you can catch me on Wolfpack Wednesday. I will be there. Okay, last call for questions. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. While you guys maybe potentially send in more questions, I just want to pull this up and give a huge shout out to all of the channel members who have joined the Evil Empire. There are 31 people currently with, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gifted channel members. So I just want to give a quick shout out to you guys. I know I do my end of the stream shout out, but I want to say thank you guys. And I know I put out a members only kind of Q&A channel member post. So appreciate you guys sending in your questions to that. I'm going to do that weekly. So if you're a channel member, I'm probably just going to put out a YouTube post that just says like, hey, Q&A, like if you want to send your questions, send them my way. And I'm going to do a channel member, I'm going to do a segment of like members only questions where like, just like maybe pull 2 or 3 questions from that and then answer them every time I do a live stream. So something fun to do if you're a channel member. And if you want to join, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And yes, thank you all so much for being channel members. It's been really awesome having you all. I've had a blast seeing all the emojis used, and people are progressing in their channel badges for being members for more than 1 month. So that's awesome. It's an evolution of Obi-Wan Kenobi as your channel badge. So nothing gets better than that. So thank you all for being a part of the Evil Empire. Love it. Love it. Okay. A couple more questions here and then we'll wrap things up. Not to be funny, but do you think Lando will ever be a Grail? It's currently checking off all the prerequisites, sitting online with plenty of deals, and not likely going to be reissued another Lando. Yeah, dude. So Lando, yeah, another Lando being made. Lando is interesting because, dude, like Lando figures sit for every line. I can't think of another character where like Black Series he sits, Vintage Collection he sits, everything. There's just like, there's flooded with this figure or this character. I don't know what it is, like figure, like why this happens. Like I remember the Black Series one came out, immediately was below retail. It was just really, really weird. I don't know why his figure's like that. I will say that sadly, just like any other figure, unfortunately, like when Billy D eventually passes away, and I don't say this in any type of, negative or weird way, but people are gonna, at that point, that figure is gonna sell out and people are gonna want the figure. That's gonna be the time when the figure ends up selling out. Is it gonna sell out before then? I don't know if that figure is ever gonna sell out on Sideshow. And if it does, I could see maybe it does eventually, but I don't think it's gonna be hard to find or higher in price once that happens. I really don't. But yeah, I think that'll be the time when that potentially could go grail status. You could say that about a lot of figures though, and actors and that happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, good question. Yeah, the G word gets thrown around way too much, but this one, honestly, I think could be a highly sought after one day. I think maybe one day. If I had to burn one figure, Jose asks, which one would it be? I would probably burn one of my in-art Jokers, and then I would do the thing when he's lighting the money on fire, and I would just voice it over when he's like, it's not about money, it's about sending a message. And then I would just voice that over and then put it on YouTube. There you go. Lando was a good dude. Okay, justice for Lando. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that about his Black Series figure. Yeah, and Black Series doesn't do themselves any favors either, because like they had multiple Landos. So they had like Lando come out, and then they did the like an on card back 40th anniversary Lando for Empire Strikes Back, and then they did Skiff Guard Lando, and then they put him on card back for, I think, Return of the Jedi. So they just like, they make so many of them. It's just like, yeah, Vintage Collection one was another one. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Black Series is a whole different ballgame though when it comes to like peg warmers and stuff like that. It's a whole different thing. So yeah. Okay, that's it, guys. Really appreciate you all. For the people that are still kind of hanging out, had a decent amount of people in here at one point, but always appreciate you guys who continue to hang out all the way up until my stream ends. I say it every week, but I can't believe people want to listen to me chat on a live stream by myself. So thank you all. I appreciate you all so much. That was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a Q&A at some point in the future, but I feel like I owed it to the people. Because yeah, I always talk about other stuff, but sometimes it's just fun to just straight up chat with you guys and get a bunch of questions. And I hope that was some food for thought and some fun conversation for you guys. So really appreciate you all being here. Austin, see you later. Brad says, great stream. Thank you so much, bro. See you around, Cage. Have a great night, everyone. We appreciate you, man. Great stream, dude. And shout out to How You Figure, because my boy just hit 100 subs. Congrats. Great stream, bro. Thank you, Tron. Thank you for tuning in. Collection Obsession, hitting that grail emoji. Yes, love the emojis. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the channel members. Join the Wolfpack Discord. I see a comment that hasn't loaded in my streaming software, but yeah, if you guys haven't, you're interested in chatting with me and members of the Wolfpack from Wolfpack Wednesdays, you can join our Discord. That link is in the description below, and it should work. I don't think it ever expires, so it should work. So join up on the Discord and come hang out with us and chat about stuff. Yeah. I don't really have too much else coming up right now. Catch me on Wednesday in a couple days, Wolfpack Wednesdays, and then yeah, I got some other content in the pipeline. I'm waiting on some stuff to come in, some figures that I want to review, and I got some other video ideas in the back pocket right now that I'm probably going to come out with and release here in the near future. So stay tuned for that. But until next time, collect carefully, everyone. See you later.